Hello and welcome again to River Art Gallery and Gifts in North Tonawanda, New York. We left our Buffalo Bills window up for the video as the season unfortunately is over. Shout out to Beverly DiPalma for creating it. We have over 30 resident artists and craftspeople in the store. Their work changes all the time as pieces are sold and new work comes in. We invite you to come and look for yourself. Our current exhibition is titled Talk of the Town and is our largest to date with 66 pieces of art representing all local Western New York artists. Starting on the green west-facing wall is Beverly DiPalma's watercolor, Train Bridge Sunset. Above that is Emphasis, Silo City, a mixed media piece from Nancy Mariani. In the center is an oil painting by Melinda Schneider titled East on North, Lenox Hotel, Tudor Apartments. Then we have another oil, this one by Paulette Jurek, Foot of Allen Street. On the corner pedestal is a small acrylic by Judith Schroff, Winter Scene. Filling the whole next wall, which faces south, is a lighted illustration by Christian Lindner called Webster to Maine Bascule Bridge, Tonawanda. On our table by the window are three smaller pieces. First is Jake Linkowski's oil, Erie Basin at Night. In the middle is a watercolor and micron pen piece by Meghan Canfield, Unbelievable, Letchworth Park. Then a mixed media piece of Judith Martin's, Remembering Bill's Mafia, in Buffalo City Hall, January 2021. Still on the south wall, between the windows, is a large fiber art quilt, Where's Chucky, by Karen Sink. On an easel in the corner is Judie Pufpaff's oil painting titled Behind the Mill, Exodus 11:15. Turning east are five pieces. Starting on the bottom right is an acrylic by Bill McCullough called Seneca at Cedar, Buffalo, New York. Above is a diptych, also an acrylic, titled View from Wilkeson Point, Buffalo, New York, by Susan Pallas. In the center is Gary Wolfe's painting, The Violinist. It is oil and encaustic on tar paper. Then we see a Chinese brush painting by Mary McKee titled Japanese Garden of Buffalo. Above that is a small oil, Skyway and Grain Mills by Joyce Cromwell. Heading around the corner to the rear gallery and facing west, we start with an acrylic by George Grace, River Grill, Marina. Above is a pastel titled Foggy View from Door of Avant Tower, Downtown, by Melinda Schneider. Centering the west wall is an acrylic by James Vincent, Bester Plaza, Chautauqua. Next is a small acrylic Summer Creek by Judith Schroff. Above that is Paula Borkowski's watercolor titled Electric Tower at Dawn's Light. On a corner easel is Seneca at Night, another watercolor, this one by Roy Fink. Facing south again, we have an acrylic painting by Brien Berberich, Buffalo River Past. Above that is Autumn Industry, an oil painting by Mary Murdock. To the left is another oil titled Elmwood and Allen by Donna Hale. On the window is Sumac on Clarence Bike Trail by Sallye Keith. Continuing on the south wall is Creation, a watercolor by Debra Meier. Next is another watercolor titled Murphy's Orchard Mansion, Newfane by Audrey Wagner. Above that is Vicki Oliver's watercolor and pen and ink titled A Builder of Buffalo. Centering that wall is Buffalo Time Traveler, an assemblage by Jerry Glaser. Next to that is another painting by Sallye Keith, Fontana Boathouse, a pen and wash piece. Above that is Bill's Game 2020 by Justina Hepburn-Gray, a watercolor. The final south wall piece is an oil by Barbara Rickard titled Hightailin' It. Turning east, we see a small oil by Jake Linkowski titled Snowstorm and Barker. Again looking north, we have Red and Blue Year, a watercolor by Roy Fink. Above that is a pastel by Matthew Ryan called Tranquil Place, Japanese Garden. In the center, we have In a Flower Garden by Paulette Rozwood, another watercolor. Above that is a watercolor and micron pen piece by Meghan Canfield titled Quarantine Dining, Main Street. To their left is Thomas Dalbo's watercolor, Forest Lawn, Resting in Peace. Above that is Docks at Nyawanda Park by Bob Gregg, a watercolor. Past the green door is Paulette Jurek's oil titled Pearl Street, Buffalo. Then a watercolor by Justina Hepburn-Gray from Life in Forest Lawn. Centering the wall is an oil and encaustic on tar paper by Gary L. Wolfe titled Intermission. Next is Joan Langley Shaw's oil, West Delavan Backyard. On the corner pedestal is an acrylic by Joy Murphy titled Western New York's Landscape is Its People. Looking west again is William McCullough's acrylic titled Elmwood Village Break. Rounding the corner and facing east, we see Brien Berberich's acrylic spanning Lake Erie. Above that is a piece in oil by Donna Hale, she named Under the Shadows. On another pedestal is hashtag Bill's Mafia, an embroidery, watercolor, and colored pencil work by Maddie Bartley. On the corner easel is Debra Meier's wonderfully titled watercolor, Murder with Blue Skies. Looking north again, we see Thomas Dalbo's pen and ink drawing titled The Hiker, downtown Buffalo. To his left is an acrylic, Welcome to Bemis Point by James Vincent. Then we have a watercolor by Dan McGrath called Long Homestead. Above is Overcast, Not Overclassed, an oil painting by Barbara Rickard. Centering the north wall is an oil by Michael Todd Taylor, Stop Feeding the Ducks, Jarrett. To the left of that is Mary E. Murdock's oil titled Bridge in Bloom. Above that is the library on Main Street, Angola, New York, a watercolor by Susan Pallas. Next is a Bob Gregg watercolor titled Tonawanda View from Grand Island. Above is an acrylic by George Gracie called Allen Street, Winter. Still facing north, we see a pastel by Matthew Ryan called Heading In. Above that is Gateway Park, Red House, and oil by Joyce Cromwell. To their left is a small painting by Maddie Bartley in watercolor and colored pencil titled Stone Archway, Erie County Botanical Gardens. Over that is Mary McKee's Chinese brush painting, A Bridge of Delaware Park. On the corner pedestal is a watercolor by Dan McGrath, Southside Botanical Gardens. Above that, on the green wall facing west, is another watercolor, this one by Audrey Wagner, titled Lake Street Pier, Wilson. And the final piece is an acrylic by Rebecca Camhi called The Honeymooners. The judge of awards in this exhibition was well-known local artist Jennifer Kirsten. Jennifer is a former program director of the Carnegie Arts Center and served as a board member for the Niagara Frontier Watercolor Society, Market Street Arts Center, and the Buffalo Society of Artists. Her awards were as follows. Honorable mention, Maddie Bartley, #Bills Mafia. Honorable mention, Jerry Glaser, Buffalo Time Traveler. Third place, Paulette Jurek, Pearl Street, Buffalo. Second place, Brien Berberich, Buffalo River Past. First place, Karen Sink, Fiber Art Quilt, Where's Chucky? And Best in Show, Barbara Rickard's Hightail in It. We always invite you to visit our gallery store and gift shop, as well as the current exhibition. We are open on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., and please check out our website, riverartgalleryandgifts.com, anytime. We hope you enjoyed our presentation of Talk of the Town and that you participate again in the future. Thanks again.